Hey, what's up there, yourself first. Today I'm going to show you how you can remove and replace your desiccant filter. And also, since in order to replace this, you're going to have to remove our AC condenser. You'll also be seeing the procedure for removing and replacing your AC condenser as well. And I'll be doing this on this 2001 Hyundai Elantra, and as you may remember from my how to find an AC leak and also how to replace an AC compressor videos, we've already obviously opened up this AC system, and therefore it's recommended that you replace your receiver dryer. But again, since we don't have a receiver dryer on this car, we're going to be replacing this desiccant element. Alright, so here's our AC condenser, and our desiccant element is in this tube-shaped housing on the side here. Alright, so in order to be able to get to the little cap at the bottom of the housing where our desiccant element is, we're going to have to, obviously again, remove our AC condenser. We're going to do that by removing the AC condenser with the radiator and the radiator fans all as one unit. So what we'll have to do is to remove these brackets, and then we're gonna remove the coolant from the system, then these coolant hoses from the engine side. Also, we're gonna have two transmission lines that we need to remove, electrical connectors, and also these two AC lines that go to our AC condenser also need to be disconnected. Now, it should go without saying that you need to evacuate the refrigerant from the system before you open up these AC lines. And basically, if you just call around the local garages in your area, I'm sure you can find one that will do it for a fairly reasonable price. Also, before we go any further, I strongly recommend you watch my video on how AC systems work. I'll put a link to it on the screen. I'll also put a link to all these videos I recommend in the description box as well. If you watch that video first, things I'm saying will make a lot more sense to you. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is to remove the coolant, and it's very important that you do this on a cold engine, because otherwise hot coolant is going to come out flying at you, and that's not going to be a good day. And in order to drain our coolant, we're going to raise and support the car on jack stands and then come underneath our radiator and then open up this drain plug. Also, if you want the coolant to come out faster, you can always just open up your radiator cap. So next we'll remove these clamps on our upper and lower radiator hoses and then remove them from our engine side. Alright, here's one. So now we give them the old twist through and pull on them, and they should come out without a problem. Just make sure you have your catch pan underneath, because coolant's still going to come rushing out of these. Alright, next are transmission lines, and obviously if you have a manual transmission, you're not going to have transmission cooler lines. So first we remove the clamps, and here's the second one. There we go. Alright, next we're going to remove the connectors for our radiator fans. Here's the driver's side, and also we're going to remove it from the bracket that's on the radiator as well. Just pulling it, getting it out of the way. And here's the passenger side. Alright, next we're going to remove this hose that goes to our overflow tank by first cutting this zip tie that's holding it in. Then just twist and pull on it, and it should come loose. There we go. Alright, next we'll be removing these two nuts that are holding our two AC lines to our AC condenser. There's the second. Alright, next we're going to remove this little bracket that's holding our AC lines in, and then we should be able to just pull on our AC lines and then remove it from our AC condenser. Alright, you know what? Let me see if I can get this cap out of here. We're just going to lift on this and then get this out of the way. Alright, next we'll remove these two little hold-down brackets, which are held in by two 12mm bolts. There's one. And there's the second one. Alright, if I'm not mistaken, that was all that was attaching our radiator and our AC condenser to our frame and engine. So now we should be able to just pull up on this. There we go. Actually, yes. There we go. Alright, here's a look at our condenser, and this is the housing where desiccant element is, and we need to remove this cap in order to replace it. And this is going to require a 10mm Hicks bit socket. There we go. Also, you want to make sure whenever you're working with your AC components, you take the necessary precautions or try to not get any dirt into the system. Alright? Oh, come on. This cap is way longer than it really needs to be. Alright, so it looks like we're going to have to actually remove our condenser, detach our condenser from our radiator. And here to do that, looks like we got one 10mm bolt here that we need to get on the bottom. Another one on top on this side. And the same two on this side. One here and one back there. You know what, actually we have enough wiggle room here that we can lift this up a little bit so that this cap clears and then remove it like this. Next, we'll reach in there and see if we can remove our desiccant bag, which is running away from me. Let's see if we can fish it out this way. Oh, come on, here we go. Alright, so next we put our desiccant elements next to each other and I'm going to compare them. They're about the right size, but also another important thing is you want to pay attention to how this comes out. This came out with the pointy side going in. So we're going to put in our element in the same way. The only problem is we don't really have a pointy side, but we have a less squared side. So that's what we're going to put in head first. Alright, next we're going to replace these O-rings that are on our end cap, and also you want to make sure the screen that's in here is free of any dirt and debris. And here's a look at our O-rings, but before you put them on, you want to make sure you dab your finger in some clean PAG oil and then rub it all over our new O-rings, then slide them on our end cap. Alright, here's the first one. Also, if you get any dirt and debris on these O-rings or the threaded areas, you want to clean that area. And also, before we install it, we're going to put some PAG oil on the threads as well. Alright, now we just run this in, first by hand. And also don't forget to torque it down to your manufacturer's torque specifications. You want to make sure you don't over torque this because that could cause a leak too, okay? Alright, next we want to come over to our AC lines and then replace these two little O-rings on these as well. Alright, that's all there is to it. Now all we have to do is just to put this back in the car and button everything back up. And then obviously the installation is going to be the reversible removal. But a word of caution though, you don't want to wait too long before you put your AC condenser back in the car and attach the AC lines, because our system is open right now and our desiccant element is going to be absorbing some of the moisture that's normally in the air. And if you leave it out too long, let's say for more than 2, 3, 4 hours, then the amount of moisture it's going to absorb is going to greatly reduce its lifespan. So you want to make sure you put this in and button everything back up within that time frame. And then the next step is going to be to run a vacuum on our AC system, which is going to remove all the moisture that's in the system, and also at the same time tell us whether we have any leaks or not. And I'll put a video link of that video right here on this side of the screen. I'll also put some other links up on the screen as well as in the description box to my other videos relating to other AC repairs. Alright, so if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more like it, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.